Imagine this. A man with no college degree teaches at an elite private school. He becomes a Wall Street wizard, managing billions for one client. He then buys his own Caribbean island, flies presidents, princesses, and geniuses on his private jets. He gets accused of running an international sex trafficking ring for the global elite, and then cuts a deal that lets him walk free. But the night before he's finally set to name names in open court, he's found dead in his cell. Suicide, they say. Well, the cameras malfunction and the guards sleep on the job. That man was Jeffrey Epstein. Tonight, in this special documentary, we're going back to the very beginning. No speculation, no conspiracy theories, just the documented timeline, the court files, the flight logs, the victim statements, and the questions that official sources still refuse to answer. This is the full story of Jeffrey Epstein, from Brooklyn playgrounds to billionaire playgrounds. Let's begin. Born on January 20th, 1953, in Brooklyn, New York, Jeffrey Edward Epstein entered the world as the son of Pauline and Seymour Epstein, a school aide and a groundskeeper for the City Parks Department. Raised in a modest Jewish family in Coney Island, alongside his younger brother Mark Epstein, showed early signs of intellectual promise and perhaps a knack for bending rules. He attended Lafayette High School, skipping 2 grades and graduating at 16 in 1969. Music was an early passion. He played piano from age 5 and attended the Interlochen Center for the Arts Summer Camp in 1967. But beneath this precious exterior, there were hints of the manipulator to come. Epstein briefly studied at Cooper Union from 1969 to 1971, then transferred to NYU's Courant Institute for Mathematical Physiology, dropping out without a degree in 1974. No formal credentials, yet he was already eyeing bigger prizes. As I pored over the school records and interviews with former classmates, it became clear Epstein wasn't one for conventional paths. He craved shortcuts to success. In September of 1974, Epstein landed a job teaching physics and math at the elite Dalton School in Manhattan. Despite lacking a college degree or teaching certification, hired by headmaster Donald Barr, he's a father of future Attorney General William Barr, he mingled with affluent families, including that of Alan Greenberg, CEO of Bear Stearns. Reports from students suggest inappropriate behavior towards underage girls. Even then, no formal complaints surfaced at the time. Dismissed in 1976 for poor performance, Epstein pivoted seamlessly into finance, joining Bear Stearns as a junior assistant. By 1980, he was a limited partner, advising ultra-wealthy clients on tax strategies. He left in 1981 amid a violation of security regulations, but not before building a network that would define his life. In 1981, he founded Intercontinental Assets Group, Inc., positioning himself as a bounty hunter, recovering stolen funds for governments and the rich. Travelers took him to Europe and the Middle East. He even acquired a fake Austrian passport listing Saudi Arabia as his residence. In 1987, Epstein consulted for Towers Financial Corporation under Stephen Hoffenberg, attempting corporate raids on airlines and freight companies. Towers collapsed in 1993 as a $450 million Ponzi scheme. Hoffenberg went to prison, but Epstein walked away unscathed. Digging through SEC filings and court transcripts, I saw the pattern. Epstein always landed on his feet, often at others' expense. In 1988, Epstein founded J. Epstein & Company, later turned into Financial Trust Company, catering exclusively to billionaires. His key client, Leslie Wexner, founder of Victoria's Secret and The Limited. By 1991, Epstein had power of attorney over Wexner's finances, managing billions and acquiring properties like Wexner's Manhattan townhouse, which Epstein later bought for about $20 million. He relocated his firm to the U.S. Virgin Islands in 1996 for the tax perks. Around 1991, Epstein met Ghislaine Maxwell, daughter of disgraced media mogul Robert Maxwell. Their relationship romantic, then professional. It became central to his operations. Maxwell allegedly recruited young women for him, a dynamic that would fuel later scandals. Epstein's philanthropy ramped up. Donations to Harvard, the Clinton Foundation, and scientific causes masked his darker pursuits. He invested in startups, hobnobbed with Bill Gates, Elon Musk, and Peter Thiel, and even helped find Musk a Tesla chairman in 2018. In 1998, he purchased Little St. James, nicknamed Pedophile Island by locals, for $7.95 million, transforming it into a private retreat with a temple-like structure and helipad. Aerial views reveal a paradise turned prison for his victim. Federal prosecutors later pinpointed 2002 as the start of Epstein's systematic abuse, trafficking minors across states. In March 2005, a 14-year-old girl's parents reported to Palm Beach police that Epstein paid her for a massage that turned sexual. Trash pulls from his El Brillo Way mansion yielded message slips and girls' names. Butlers confirmed frequent visits by underage females. By October of 2005, police executed a search warrant, finding hidden cameras and explicit photos. In May of 2006, police filed a probable cause affidavit for unlawful sex with minors. State Attorney Barry Krishner referred it to a grand jury, which indicted Epstein on just one count of solicitation in June, ignoring the minors' ages. The FBI launched Operation Leap Year in July, interviewing victims from multiple states. Epstein's legal dream team, including Alan Dershowitz and Kenneth Starr, negotiated fiercely. In September of 2007, U.S. Attorney Alexander Acosta sealed a non-prosecution agreement granting immunity to Epstein and co-conspirators without notifying victims, violating the Crime Victims' Rights Act. On June 30th of 2008, Epstein pleaded guilty to state charges, receiving 18 months but serving only 13 with work release, allowing 12-hour office days. Released July 22nd of 2009, he registered as a sex offender. Despite his conviction, Epstein's elite ties endured. He donated to politicians like Bill Richardson and Stacey Plaskett, invested in Ehud Barak's ventures, and hosted scientists on his island. In 2010, New Mexico exempted him from sex offender registration. Virginia Giuffre's 2011 allegations named Prince Andrew and Dershowitz. She sued Maxwell for defamation in 2015. Banks like JP Morgan and Deutsche Bank continued dealings until 2013 and 2019. Epstein's interests veered into eugenics. He planned to impregnate women at Zorro Ranch to seed humanity with his DNA. Rumors of intelligence ties, Mossad, CIA, swirled, fueled by Acosta's alleged comment that Epstein belongs to intelligence. The Miami Herald's 2018 Perversion of Justice series by Julie K. Brown reignited scrutiny, exposing the Acosta deal. On July 6, 2019, Epstein was arrested at Teterboro Airport on federal sex trafficking charges for abuses from 2002 to 2005. A search of his Manhattan townhouse uncovered nude photos, cash, and a fake passport. Indicted July 8th, he was denied bail July 18 as a flight risk. Found injured July 23rd with neck marks, he was briefly on suicide watch. On August 10th of 2019, Epstein was discovered dead in his cell at the Metropolitan Correctional Center, ruled suicide by hanging. Despite broken neck bones more common in homicides, guards falsified logs, cameras malfunctioned. Conspiracy theories exploded, implicating powerful associates, and charges were dismissed of August 29th. Ghislaine Maxwell was arrested in 2020, convicted in 2021 on trafficking charges, sentenced to 20 years. Epstein's estate settled with victims for $105 million via JP Morgan in 2023. His island sold for $60 million. Palm Beach mansion demolished in 2021. In 2023 through 2025, document releases by the House Oversight Committee revealed ties to Peter Thiel, Elon Musk, Bill Gates, and much others. No client list emerged per the Department of Justice, but subpoenas targeted Acosta and the Clintons. Victims like Jeffery continued fighting amid calls for full transparency. As I close this chapter, remember, Epstein's story isn't over. It's a cautionary tale of unchecked power. The files may be unsealed, but the shadows remain. Thank you for joining me. Have a good night.